So yeah, a video on Lilo and Stitch. This video was requested by Disney fans one-on-one who tagged me in a post on Twitter. Let's get this video started. Roll the intro. Lilo and Stitch was created by Chris Sanders and Dean DeBlois. DeBlois was a story artist for the movie Atlantis Lost Empire, and Sanders was a character designer for the Muppet Babies. Sanders also served as a storyboard artist and a character designer for Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King. Him and DeBlois co-wrote for Mulan before they went on to create Lilo and Stitch. The development of Lilo and Stitch began when former Disney CEO Michael Eisner wanted the studio to try to make a smaller, less expensive animation film. Eisner took this inspiration from the Dumbo model. For those of you who don't know, the original Dumbo movie was made to make up for the financial losses of the Pinocchio and Fantasia movie. In short, they succeeded and then some, since Dumbo became a box office hit. Sanders was then approached to pitch an idea for a movie. The Stitch character was created way before the movie was ever in production. It was intended to be a part of a children's book that ultimately had failed. DeBlois was brought on to co-write and co-direct Lilo and Stitch. The characters and set designs were based on Sanders' personal art style. Lilo and Stitch was originally supposed to take place in rural Kansas. This was so that Stitch could interact with other characters while still being isolated from wreaking greater havoc. A decision to change the film setting to the Hawaiian island Kauai was an important choice in defining the plot more clearly. No other animation feature had ever taken place in any of the Hawaiian islands before. Mainly, most of the past films took place in Europe. The movie revolves around a young Hawaiian girl named Lilo, voice of Daveigh Chase, and a blue extraterrestrial creature who's on the run who gets adopted by Lilo as her dog and is given the name Stitch, who's voiced by Chris Sanders. Stitch initially uses Lilo to avoid being captured by an intergalactic federation, but eventually develops a close bond through the Hawaiian concept of ohana. The movie made $273.1 million globally. Even had a couple of sequels like Stitch the Movie, Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch. The original movie had a few deleted scenes. One scene was changed post 9/11 because originally Jumbo was piloting an airplane instead of a spaceship through a city with tall buildings. Another scene is where Jumbo doesn't just magically lose his gun through an altercation with Stitch, and throws a Swiss Army knife at Pleakley that consists of a saw, axe, and a dart. And there's this one deleted scene with Pudge the Fish. It's pretty dark and made Stitch like a giant asshole. I'm gonna play the whole thing here mainly because if I had to watch it, you're gonna have to watch it.
This is Pudge. He's my other best friend. He has a peanut butter belly. Here, now you kiss him. Why did you do that? Stitch, help me! Stitch, help! What's wrong with you? Pudge was part of our family. You don't let your family die. You don't ever. I needed you. My mom sent some decoration for us. Stitch? You didn't do it on purpose, did you?
encounters of the weird kind. Lilo and Stitch. Every day.
Come on, Stitch. Rescue time.
Perfecto.
Lilo and Stitch starts Monday at 11 on Disney XD, on demand, and in the Disney Now app.
The Lilo and Stitch series premiered on Disney Channel in October 2003. The series is a continuation of the Stitch movie. Lilo and Stitch are given the task of collecting the rest of Jumbo's mission experiments, changing them from bad to good and finding a place where they truly belong. The series had 2 seasons with a total of 65 episodes, with the main cast back reprising their roles. The series was nominated for a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Achievement in Music Direction and nominated for a Golden Reel Award for Best Sound Editing in Television Animation. Apparently, Disney used to have something called a 65 episode limit policy. The 65 episode policy was a controversial rule that applied to most Disney television shows, practically during the late 90s and early 2000s, stating that no show can go beyond 65 episodes, since 65 episodes considered the minimum number needed for syndication. But what I read was this policy was unofficial and some shows weren't affected by this rule. See Darkwing Duck as an example that came out in the early 90s but had 91 episodes under its belt. But this unofficial rule is part of the reason we got a final TV movie to wrap up the series. And honestly, I think Lilo and Stitch wrapped up the series pretty well. I mean, the best experiment finally got a name. And his game on the Disney Channel website was actually really fun. I used to love playing Sandwich Stacker. There's also a spin-off, but I haven't checked it out yet. I just know that Lilo appears as an adult and even has a kid now. At the time of this recording, Chris Sanders is creating a sequel to The Croods. The most current thing DeBlois has done was writing and directing for the final How to Train Your Dragon movie. The last thing Daveigh Chase did was voice the spirits of time in the King of the Golden Sun series.
There's no place I'd rather be.